Deep in the ocean, an orca pod is on the hunt. But these aren't your average orcas. These guys are organized.
Marketing team, did you get those social media posts scheduled for the SEAL migration?
Aye, Captain. We even have an automated notification for all pod managers when they go live.
They use Monday.com to keep their teamwork sharp, their communication clear, and their goals in sight. Monday.com. For whatever you run, even orcas. Go to Monday.com to dive deeper.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer, so let's bring her out. The star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
Welcome to Kill Me Now! We're on Kill Me Now in the studio. And I love our guest today.
Me too. I love you more.
You know, Kill Me Now is stars the host,
Judy Gold.
creator, Judy Gold. And there's also another person who's here, who's sometimes on VP, voice probation, but today he's not. Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh, thank you so much.
But our guest today, our guest today is an old friend of mine. I mean, he's not old.
Well, no, not
You're
old.
pretty old.
But I'm pretty old.
Yeah.
But we are old friends.
Yes, and that voice is still,
Right?
I could totally vibrate to that voice. Ladies and gentlemen, and also a host on Play.Shit.
That's right.
Yes.
I like that.
CBS Play.Shit. Chuck Nice is here.
Yes.
Woo! Yay! Now,
You two are
okay.
hilarious. I love it.
Yeah. Now, Chuck, that voice is like a fucking, and I'm a lessee, and I could vibrate to that.
Nice. Well, I'm happy. I mean, that makes me feel good.
Just go ahead and sit on top of your speaker, turn up the bass.
Turn it up. You know, but you know what it is I went back to smoking. So
that's
that's great, Chuck.
Yeah, tell me about it. How fucked up is that?
So
You got that nice
This is nothing more than a diner waitress voice.
Kathleen Turner.
That's it.
Can I have some coffee?
Exactly. What do you want, doll? What can I get you, doll?
Now, Chuck, I've known you for a very long time.
Yeah.
And
like 99 is when we met, or 2000, one or the other. 99.
yes. And I had been doing stand-up already for over 15 years at that point. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm an old I've been doing stand-up
I
since
didn't know that.
I'm 18 or 19 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. Now,
You poor thing.
I know.
Oh my God.
And here we are on Play.Shit. I mean,
Fun
But
fact.
you know what? You go ahead.
Both of you started stand-up on a dare.
yes, I know.
That
yes,
is
I know
true.
that.
I didn't know that about you, Judy.
Yes, it was Secret Santas. I think I was a freshman in college. Was I fresh? No, I was a sophomore in college.
Right.
And we had like Secret Santas, and my Secret Santa dared me to do stand up in the lounge.
Nice.
Yes. But you worked at a toy company.
Yes, I did.
And one of your office
Joan.
workers, Joan said, you should do stand up after your job was eliminated.
Yeah, so we were going to be...
but you said only if everyone in the office comes.
everybody in the office has to come or I'm not going
What if
on.
someone had like a death in the family or illness? Would you have...
I would have told everybody else to blame that person for having weak DNA so that somebody in their family died so I couldn't go on stage.
So you were thinking of an out, but everyone came. Even the guy that fired you?
Well, I wasn't fired.
Or eliminated you?
No, he was my mentor and still is to this day like a second dad to me. My dad is dead, but Jerry...
Mine too. I have no parents. Yay! Yay!
Here's being an orphan.
Yay! And I had a horrible dream about my mother last night.
No
what
way.
was it?
It was... all right, so this... all right, so I'm in a comedy club.
Was she yelling at you?
No, she was... She comes back alive.
Okay.
And I'm like... I have these about my father too, where the recurring one about my father is that he comes back and he faked his death and he just had another family. Right? Okay. And then he comes back to reunite with my mother. But now my mother's dead. So now my mother, we're at some comedy club. She's there. She's like passes out. I think it's like a combination Hillary Clinton, my mother. So she passes out.
Right.
And she's like on the floor. And I'm like, wait, you've been dead. And I did my process of grieving and I'm okay with everything.
Right.
And now you're back and she's in a really bad mood and she's like, and I'm like, oh my God, now I have to deal with this. So.
Not welcome back.
I think
oh my
it's
God, I gotta
because
deal
people
with this.
always ask me about her, like, can you do your
Right.
mother? And I remembered your mother and I don't know. Or
Ruth is
it's
still giving-
and I think it's a combo of Hillary Clinton.
She's still giving you material.
That's true. So, who is the mentor, the father figure?
Jerry Steinberg was a father figure to me.
Jerry Steinberg is a. Oh wait, I have my whistle.
Wait.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Anytime we mention a Jew.
Wait, don't tell me. You have a Jew whistle?
Yes. Okay, so Jerry Steinberg.
A dwissle.
Okay,
A dwissle.
so.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, Jerry was a very influential guy in my life.
Who was he?
He was my boss, but took an interest. Is that the double whistle for being the boss?
Well, because he's the boss.
Yeah.
All right.
And but we became close. I used to go to synagogue with him before work in the morning.
That gets a big one.
Adopted Jew. Hapai Jew.
So yeah, you know what I mean, and go to Seder, the whole deal.
Oh my!
His mother died. I sat Shiva with him. So. This
I've
is
never
awesome.
seen her.
I mean, that's good.
This
We got
excited.
Seder, Shiva, and going to Minyan
Yeah.
in the morning.
So, we used to hang out together. He would take me to basketball games. We would go to golf outings. The funniest thing that ever happened with me and Jerry. We're going to Maersk Lines is a shipping line, the container line that we use to bring our goods from the Far East, okay? And so they used to give these golf outings, and they would invite all the influential people that were clients. And so, I got an invitation, and Jerry was going. And so we're in the car, and we're driving to this country club, and he goes, Charles, this place we're going, it's a restricted club. Do you know what that means? And I'm like, well, I suppose it means that they limit the number of people that can. He goes, no, it means no blacks and no Jews. That's what it means. Now,
You were going into war.
right, and then he goes like
You had
this.
no idea.
He goes, if I don't tell him my last name, I'm fine. I don't know what the fuck you're gonna do.
That's hilarious.
But that's the kind of guy he was. He was a really cool dude.
What did you do? What did you do?
I was at the golf outing.
Yeah.
Oh God, I actually showed up and said my name was Chuck Steinberg.
No way.
Yes, I did. I was like, if you're gonna be pissed, I'm gonna piss you off doubly.
I love it.
I'm gonna really piss you off.
Good. Good job.
Obama is most likely going to join the Jewish country club in Washington.
Hawaiian.
The Jewish golf club.
Really?
Yes.
That makes
He's-
sense, though.
Right.
That
'Cause,
makes sense.
Obama la.
Obama, boobala.
Right?
Whatever.
That's not bad.
Chuck, you grew up. You have another name. It's Charles Fields.
Yes.
Charles Fields. But you grew up in Mount Airy, and all I think of is the Mount Airy Lodge.
Yeah, that's the Poconos.
Right.
So I was right outside of Philadelphia.
It's not the Mount Airy Lodge?
No, not beautiful Mount Airy Lodge, unfortunately. And that's what everybody thinks when you say Mount Airy.
I know, Mount Airy. I thought it was. So you're outside Philly. There's nothing. I cannot find anything about your childhood. Was it normal?
Yeah, it was painful and normal. So I had
Hello, comedian.
Exactly.
Right.
I had a very normal childhood. We moved to, an all-white neighborhood, and that's what I remember most about my childhood was that when I was actually born in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground.
I wasn't even gonna.
Yeah, there you go.
I wasn't even.
Then don't, VP. Go.
I didn't. He did it. He didn't give me a chance.
But I remember being like 5 years old and hating my existence because I knew that something was wrong. There was, everybody was working class, but they were working poor.
Right.
They were the working poor.
Blue collar.
Very blue collar, and but there was a lot of strife.
Right.
And there was a lot of violence. Like,
Probably a lot of drinking.
well, not in my family. Nobody drank.
I just meant in the community. Also.
Okay, who's the host
I'm on
here?
VP. I already knew that I should. I wish I could take it back.
I'm not
I wish
even
I could
going
take
there.
it back. I'm really sorry.
Parents, what did your parents
He's such
do?
a good storyteller.
I'm sure there
apologize.
was a lot of drinking though, but I wasn't exposed to it. But you could tell that there were definitely a lot of social ills, and you had a lot of kids. Like fighting was the thing. You had to fight.
Right.
Okay, and so like every day, and I didn't want to fight. I never wanted to fight anybody. And so as a result, everyone beat my ass.
Right.
Because
You didn't fight back.
I didn't fight. I was just like,
What
no.
were they fighting? Because you were black?
No, now this is before we moved to the all-white neighborhood.
All right, this is West.
So this is West Philadelphia. It's all black neighborhood, and every day I'd go to
I see,
school,
I see.
I would get into a fight.
Right.
Everybody wanted to fight, and I didn't want to fight. And so one day, I'll never forget, I would run home, and one day my mom locked the door, and she moved the curtain and left me, and the kids who were beating me up saw that my mom, and they were like, "Oh, your mom knocked you out of the house. Oh, we're gonna kick your ass now," right? And
That's frightening as fuck.
it is frightening.
I'm the one who reacts, okay?
Sorry.
And the
So-
more you look at Lauren, the less, the more he's going to start.
I'm not looking at him. I'm not even looking at him.
Go.
So anyway, it was the first time I ever fought back, and I won because
she forced you
She
to.
forced me to fight,
Right.
and I felt
Good
as though
for her.
these kids were going to kill me because now I have no recourse.
Right.
I have nothing to fall back on. And I remember we had a loose railing or in the banister, and I pulled it off, and I whacked one of the kids with it.
Yeah, baby! And
then I whacked the other kid with it, and they started running, and I started chasing them. And all the other
'Cause the
kids,
adrenaline was-
I was so amped up. I've never
Right.
been more amped.
Right.
I'm chasing them. The one kid falls. I jump on him. I start whacking him with the thing. Somebody pulls me off of him. Nobody ever fucked with me after that. They were like, "Oh, Chuck's crazy."
Right,
Chuck
right.
snapped. Right. But I never, even still, I just never felt safe. And my parents looked at me, and my father was a business person. He owned his own business. And my mother, at the time, she was working for a federal judge. And both of them were like, "We have to get out of this neighborhood."
did you have any siblings?
Yeah, I had one younger sibling at the time.
What?
Sister. Yeah, and but she was the belle of the ball. Everybody
Right.
loved her. You know what I mean?
Right.
So she actually was scarred when we moved. I loved it.
Right.
We moved to a lovely neighborhood. I went to this lovely school. I never got into a fight. Nobody ever asked me to fight.
Right.
I had met my first white friends in my life.
Right.
And I hate to say this, I thought to myself, I really like white people. They do not hit me.
Right.
And that was it. So, but then I actually discovered racism. Because
What?
Yeah,
Wait a minute. Whoa. Let's stop.
So
Racism.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I have not heard.
Yes,
Wait, what exactly is that?
It's a weird thing.
Wait. You discovered it from the white.
From the white, right? So that I went from this untenable situation where violence was very much part of my life,
Right.
which I hated,
Right.
to this situation where the funny thing was the kids weren't racist, their
Right.
parents were,
Right. Of course.
and and then slowly but surely everyone moved out of the neighborhood.
Right.
We were the first black family, and then by the time I got to high school, it was pretty much a black neighborhood.
Wow.
But the thing was, it was all people just like my parents who had moved from another neighborhood where they were looking for a better life for their
Right.
kids, and so it was still.
And
a
what's
really,
the neighborhood like now?
It's pretty much the same. It's all the same people who lived there when I was a kid. It's just that all their kids are gone. It's literally a retirement.
Right.
It's a retirement community at this point. It's all the people that I grew up with, and they all just still in their homes, and there's just no children.
Right.
So it'll probably change over in the next few years or so. Because it's all grandparents and no kids.
Right, when
Do your
the kids
parents
start
still?
moving back.
Well, your father's dead.
My
Is your
father's
mother
dead. My
alive?
mother's still alive. She still lives in the neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah,
And what
so.
about your sister?
My sister lives in Jersey now. She moved away to Jersey from my mom, and my brother is still, in Philadelphia. So, and I
That's
moved.
a very
I
nice-
moved here. But that was the fact that the pain of my childhood came from family strife.
Of course, right.
You know what I mean? It's like my parents didn't get along, but they stayed together for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Bad scene. Always a bad scene.
Right.
And I'll never forget when they said we're getting divorced, and the three of us,
We're like jumping for joy.
Oh, we were like, thank you. Oh, finally.
Wow.
Somebody, this is amazing. And we congratulated
How old
them.
were you?
I was 20 something.
Right.
And literally,
What
said,
did they do? What was their reaction?
they were flabbergasted. And they were pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were like, you do realize that we've made this decision to stay together for you guys.
Right.
And I remember saying to them, you guys shouldn't have done that. Like, and I'll never forget this because we were all at lunch together, and my father said, we stayed together for you guys, and we wanted to make sure that you grew up in a home.
Thank you so much.
Right, and I went.
Wait,
like,
are either of your siblings?
both of them were there.
No, are they married?
Yeah, she's divorced.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother never got married.
Right, gay.
And I'm not sure if he's gay, but he probably is.
Yeah, I need to just. You bring him here. And
Yeah, well, you'll figure it out.
We'll figure it
You'll
out.
figure it out.
So your father said what? I'm sorry. to cut you
I
off.
just thought he never got married because he just they had such a terrible marriage that he was like, I'm not about it. And my sister was divorced.
Right.
And I happened to marry a saint who basically saw like, you're a really good guy with a lot of fucked up problems.
Right. Wow.
And so, she stayed with me for 18 years, and now I'm actually a really good husband.
Right.
But I was awful for many, many years.
Yeah,
But I told my dad, I said, you shouldn't have done that. You do realize that you probably did more damage to us staying together than you would have if you had gone apart.
Right.
And he was like, you guys are the most ungrateful children.
Oh my God!
And then
You
he
are
killed
the most
himself.
ungrateful little fucks I have ever met in my
that's
entire
hilarious.
life, But, that's where, and to this day, I don't do a lot of, like, I have maybe an hour of family material that I don't do because, when my mother, hopefully won't be for quite some time, but she has cancer right now.
I'm sorry about
yeah.
that. What kind?
She has bone cancer.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So painful.
Is
she getting stoned?
Henny was just telling me about what's it, RSO oil?
Yeah, Rick Simpson oil.
Rick Simpson
Yeah.
oil. And I'm very interested in that because they put my mom on Oxy.
Oh no! You got to
And
get
it's
the
really,
cannabis.
Yeah, and so it's
Or as my therapist says, cannabis. Go ahead.
cannabis.
Yes.
Yes. But which makes sense because they actually are called cannabinoid receptors that are
Right.
in your brain that actually latch
CB1,
on.
CB2.
There you go, baby.
All right.
So, but it's funny because
How old is she?
she's 75.
Oh my God, she's so young.
Yeah, for this.
That is really young.
Yeah.
And she's a young person.
Right.
Right.
Like my mom's like one of these strong, like fuck you type people.
Right.
Like my earliest memories of my mother is you don't tell me what to do.
Right.
Like that's my mom. You
Yeah,
know?
my mother used to say, I'd be like, you have to do, you have to pick me up. I don't have to do anything.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I might use that one. I haven't used that on
Yeah,
the kids.
exactly. That
I only have
and-
a few more years left. Yeah.
I think you've forgotten who the parent is
Yeah.
here. Maybe you've forgotten who the parent is here. I can get you a mirror and you can figure it out. So,
Funny.
but
So, did you go to college?
yeah, I went to Pitt.
Penn?
Pitt.
Oh, Pitt,
Yeah.
University of Pittsburgh.
I wish I went to Penn. I wasn't
you
that
went to
smart.
Pitt, and
I
what
went
did you study?
I studied business and computer science as a dual major.
Right.
When I got out of school, that's where I met Jerry.
Right.
I got a job
Jerry-
immediately.
Jerry what?
Jerry Steinberg.
Yeah. And
Love that. I I love that. And I got a job right away at a Toys R Us. And Jerry,
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, exactly. And he met me, and we had these conversations. I was a store manager, just because my mom told me I had to get a job right away.
No interest in the arts or performing, or
I always had an interest in performing.
Right.
Always, if I have to be honest, from my earliest memories, maybe from about 6-7 years old,
Right.
I was always in productions at school.
Right.
I was always the public speaker.
Right.
I was the class president.
Right.
I was always asked to give, like, if I were representing the grade, I was the one who read whatever.
Right.
Loved it.
Humble brag.
My mother told me that entertainers were people of little moral fiber.
Well, she's not wrong.
that was an opening for me.
I'm really sorry.
You're really on my nerves today.
You are my mentor. Aren't you proud?
No, because you're annoying. So that must mean I'm really annoying.
No.
Wow.
So I felt as though, because my dad was a business person, that it was my actual duty to go into business and
Right.
stuff like that.
So you do this stand-up gig,
Yeah.
and you meet this guy Lee Morgan.
How do you find all this stuff? That is
Because I'm a Jew.
yeah. Whistle. Yes.
And Lee
she's
and
a
you,
witch.
and I don't. He was a stand-up.
Lee was a stand-up comic. My very first time on stage was at the Comedy Works in Philadelphia on
yeah.
Chestnut Street.
Yes, very nice area.
Yeah. So
I did New Year's Eve there, or I did some. I loved it.
Yeah, it was a great
Yeah.
club. And
Now they have Helium, right?
Yeah, they have Helium. The people at Helium don't hire me.
Me neither.
All right, good.
Yeah,
Then it's not just me. Yes. All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it.
Are you over 40?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
So is that it?
I don't know. I mean, for me, I could think of numerous, but I do think
No,
it's an age thing with
yeah,
me.
because it's ridiculous not to hire you. I mean seriously.
Thank you.
You can go anywhere and people know who you are. And I've never been to a show with you where you've come off stage and people weren't just like, "Oh my God, that was great."
Oh, Chuck, you're
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
nice. Okay.
But yeah, so anyway, I do the gig, and Lee Morgan comes up to me afterwards. He goes, "Hey man, where do you work out?" And I literally said, "The Sporting Club."
Right.
And-
Because you
I
thought
had-
he meant
Right.
physically work
Physically
out.
work out. I have no idea what he was talking about.
Talking about what's your home club.
And so, he was like, very funny. Seriously, are you from New York? I was like, nah, this is my first time.
Right.
And he was like, dude, you are really good. If that was your very first time, you are good.
Right.
I want to help you.
Right.
And
How come I never met Lee Morgan?
well, he's dead now.
I know.
Yeah. So unfortunately, he's passed. But
How old was he when he died?
Oh man, he was about 26.
Oh my God. From what? DRUGS's?
No. So Lee had this autoimmune disorder.
Uh-huh.
And like, I'll never forget, he spent the night over my house once, and he had a huge C-shaped like gouge in his
Right.
back. I said, "What is that, man?" And he was like, "Yeah, I have this disease where I catch infections and they get really bad very quickly. I caught an infection in my lymph node. They had to cut out
Right.
half my back."
Oh, God.
Sounds like AIDS.
Yeah, it's like it. Sounds like it.
It's
but
called HIV.
It sounds like after it kicks in, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was just this weird disease he had, and Anyway, he liked to smoke weed, and he got a lung infection and died.
From the weed?
I don't know, but
No, it
I don't think it'd have been from the weed. I think
But
the
he just
smoking.
got a lung,
he got a lung
yeah.
infection. He died in like 4 days. As a matter of fact, we were moving
In
to
with
LA together
Yes,
and
now
moving in with one another.
You were going to move to LA and fake that you were boyfriends.
Yes, because Lee knew these great places to live in West Hollywood.
West Hollywood, because it's so convenient, too.
So convenient. And at the time, it was before West Hollywood was all the rage, you know. And he says, "Hey, man, here's the thing. We can find an apartment. It'll be very cheap. But here's the deal. When we go on the go-sees, all right, you know, you gotta be, you're my girlfriend. And I went, really? And he says this right before we walk in the door. So I'm like, oh, okay. So then, anyway.
That's smart.
Yeah, right. He doesn't say anything. So we walk in, and the lady is sizing us up.
Right.
Right?
Now, was Lee black or white?
Lee
Jewish?
was black.
Okay.
Lee was black. So she is sizing us up, looking at us, Lee is extremely articulate and very well-dressed guy, So was I, and we're talking to her, and we're not even talking about the apartment. We're just having a great time talking. And then she says, you know what? If you guys don't like this apartment, I have 6 other apartments in this area. I really want to place you guys in a place. And if you have time tomorrow, we'll get together, we'll spend the day, we'll find you something by tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, that is so fantastic. Thank you so much, So anyway, we part ways. And I walk out and I say to Lee, I'm like, oh, so I see the deal. Like, this is a gay area. And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I got a real problem though, man. And he's like, what is it? I'm like, why I got to be your girlfriend? Next time you're going to be my girlfriend. Right.
You want to be the top.
I'm the top in this relationship.
The next day, did you go?
We signed the lease.
The next following day.
The following day, she found us an apartment. We signed the lease. At the time, I had a little import company. I had to come home and take care of some business. While I was home, I got a call from a comedian I knew in LA, and I thought it was a joke. And she said, Chuck, I'm really sorry to leave this on an answering service, but Lee Morgan is dead.
Oh, my God.
And I thought she was fucking around.
Right.
And I thought she was fucking around so much, and I'm so sorry that I did this to this day. I called Lee's mom, and I asked, is it possible that I could talk to Lee? He's not answering his phone. And she just started crying.
That is the worst.
Worst.
Do you talk to his mother still?
No, not anymore. I lost contact. She moved. His brother, I lost contact with him. He was in LA. And but I owe my entire career to Lee Morgan. I still to this day, I thank God for Lee Morgan, because when I didn't want to do stand-up, I was like, this is hard. I was like, I don't have to do this. I have a job. I have a company.
Right.
This is really fucked up. Because we would go to these hell gigs, and he would get gigs and then ask the booker if he could bring me. He's like,
that was so nice.
Yeah, he's like, yo, I got this guy, man. He's brand new, but he's totally cool. You don't have to pay him. He's hungry. He'll do it, and he's gonna blow the place up. I swear.
So what year was this?
Oh God, this was 90 what?
6 maybe.
95,
5.
4, yeah, somewhere around.
So you're not married.
I'm not married.
No kids.
No kids. No nothing.
So did you stay in the apartment?
No, I didn't. I couldn't bear to live there.
Right. Did you tell the landlord?
I didn't move to LA. Yeah, I called the landlord and I said, Lee died. And she was like, oh my God. At first she didn't.
Oh shit. She's like, are you okay?
Right. It's like, what's going on? And of course she thinks that that's my boyfriend.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, she was extremely compassionate,
Right.
And in a way he was my boyfriend because, Lee was like my man. You know what I mean? We had a real connection. We had a real relationship,
Absolutely.
And he, like I said, he would take me around and he introduced me to everybody.
Right.
6 months.
Was he funny?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
6 months after doing comedy, Lee Morgan, there was a woman named Sarah. Oh, what was Sarah's last name? I forget.
Silverman?
No. There you go.
Okay.
But Sarah was the booker for Showtime at the Apollo for the professional comedians.
Oh, okay.
So Lee had an audition at Stand Up New York.
Ugh. Remember when it was so great?
I remember when Stand Up
and they actually had a bouncer.
Yeah, it was fun. But anyway, Lee had an audition to Stand Up New York and somehow got me on the audition. And I said, dude, why would you put me on an audition? You're going to get this. He was like, if I don't get this, I know they're going to pick you.
Damn, that's
that's a friend.
And
that's
I
very
got
rare.
it.
You got it?
I got it.
wow.
Did you touch the thing?
No, I didn't have to. I was a professional comedian.
Oh, you don't get to touch
You don't have to touch the thing. That's only amateur. They just introduce you.
Who was the host?
I think it was Heavy D.
Oh
Wow.
my God, that's
I think it was.
so cool.
And they bought me out, and I killed it.
Right.
Killed it. And Lee was like,
I love that theater.
He was like, that's why I asked you to do this, man. That's why I put you on the thing.
He probably knew he was going to die.
I don't know. Maybe he did, and he just
did.
never let me in on that.
Yeah, I bet he did.
You know what? I never thought of that, but that could be.
I totally.
Yeah, that could be. Like he thought he was going to die, but yeah. Anyway,
or he knew. Yeah,
he knew. Not thought, but he knew. But yeah,
he passed his legacy on to you.
He
and
did.
You're still
I'm
spreading
still at
your-
it.
Are you taking notes on a paper bag?
No, these are your cues.
Okay, that's a paper bag. Like you don't have
I
fucking.
do. I left it at home. But here.
We need to get you a whiteboard.
What I can't
whiteboard
deal
and marker.
with this. Now, there's another man in your life that was. Yes, I'm picking up the whistle.
Uh-oh.
Another man in your life that was very instrumental in your career, and his name is Cy Goldberg.
Oh my God! Oh, I gotta take off my headphones. No, you didn't.
I did, bitches!
No, you didn't. Oh my God, let me tell you something. Judy Gold is the best. First of all, don't ever do any dirt and have somebody stick Judy on you because you are fucked. You are fucked, man. I can't believe you know about Cy Goldberg.
Cy Goldberg. Can you do Cy Goldberg for me? All right, I'll be Carrie Hoffman at Stand Up New York, and you do Cy Goldberg trying to get you work.
All right, ready? Don't we need a little backstory on this?
Well, I think that we can do the scene.
Okay, all right, great.
You'll figure it out.
Great.
Okay, and people can figure out who Cy Goldberg is. Okay.
All right.
Okay, ready? Hello, Stand Up New York.
Carrie, how are you? Cy Goldberg here. How are you?
Cy, how you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Cy?
I'm calling about a young man.
Is this the closest you've been to a Jew without an appointment? I'm Carrie Hoffman. At Stand Up New York.
Sing some Sinatra for me, Carrie. Sing some Sinatra, seriously.
New York, New York. Okay, so what do you calling? So I got a lot of people on the line.
So I know you're looking for new talent, and I got this kid. His name is Chuck Nice. He's amazing.
What's the name?
Chuck Nice. You got to take a look at him.
Chuck Nice?
Yeah, Nice. The kid is phenomenal. You're gonna love him. I'm gonna send him up there.
Well, we have auditions on Monday.
Yeah, well, Monday is good, but listen, I know you're booked, and here's the thing: the reason why I'm calling is because I need you to see him. I don't want to send him up there and have you have him.
Where do you work?
Listen, why are you worried about me? You want to book me or you want to book Chuck Nice? This guy's the best, I'm trying to tell you, okay? You're writing a book on me?
Where else has he worked?
Listen, the kid is everywhere. He's on the Philly circuit right now. I got references if you need them, but this is what I'm saying. When you're going to be at the club, I want to be able to send this kid in here. You give him 5 minutes, and if you don't like him, I'll never call you again, okay?
Okay, so what's your number?
Okay, here it is, 215, and boom. And guess what?
Nice.
That's what I did.
So that's how you got work.
That's how I got work. That's how, and guess what? Comedians.
I need Cy Goldberg right the fuck now.
I do too.
Cy Goldberg, ladies and gentlemen. So
I can't believe you know about Cy
Goldberg.
There's like 8 people in the world that know about that.
She's a witch.
And you are
I'm
amazing.
a witch. But listen,
I got to tell you something. That was one of the best things I ever did. And the reason why, first of all, here's how naive I was to the business.
That's the best way to be naive, because you're fearless.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Really, all I was doing was a slight impersonation of Jerry, who was like the strongest guy I know.
Right.
And Jerry and my father were the only 2 men I knew who could call somebody and start the conversation with "fuck you."
Right.
And end up with a sale.
Right.
And so
it's all a sales job.
Yeah, and I didn't have those qualities, so I was like, well, if I call people, and so by the way, Cy Goldman was a guy that we knew in the toy business. Right. And Cy was a friend of Jerry's. So I didn't want to say I was Jerry, because Jerry was a real guy. I didn't want to say I was Cy, because Cy was a real guy. So
when you would show up at clubs, would the bookers be like, where's Cy? Or I talked to Cy?
Sometimes they would.
And what would you say?
And I'd say, well, you can call him. He doesn't, Cy's the old guy. He's not coming out with me.
Right.
But, certainly call him after I'm done. Let him know how I did. I'd really appreciate it.
And at this point, not everyone had a cell phone. So it was like you could just...
It's cell phones. No, you could just Listen, if the people didn't pick up the phone, you left a message.
Right.
And you left a message, and then Cy would call you back.
Right.
It would be great.
Right.
You know. So yeah, I got work because all I did was I didn't know any better.
Right.
I just didn't know any better. And I was
Right.
like, I got to get work. And, you know, I would ask people, how do you get work? And they would say, you got to get an agent. That's what
Now-
everybody would say to me. You got to get an agent. I'm like, well, how do you get an agent? They're like, you get some work.
Right.
An agent will see you.
Right.
And I went, I'm never going to work. I'm never going to get anybody to get on board.
Do you think we could start a booking agency
Oh my God.
Oh, absolutely.
with Cy Goldberg? And
Absolutely.
you could and you can take a percentage of everything?
Are
How
you kidding
fucking
me?
great
That would be great.
This
I'd love it.
episode isn't going up then.
Well, we can change the name.
Exactly.
And they don't have to be Jewish.
So, and no, they don't. And listen,
Right.
Donald Trump
Yes, they
did it.
do.
Right. That's what I said. You and Donald are very close.
Yeah, Trump did that, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? As a PR person,
Oh
Right.
yeah.
you know. And
But
the
he
reason-
didn't change his voice. That's the thing.
No, he didn't change his voice. He was
No.
dummy.
Oh, really? I think he's really smart.
Oh,
You think he's dumb?
really? Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that guy
Do
so
you-
fucking
well,
much.
you know
I
why?
fucking
Here's why
fuck
you hate him. Because you're a
Fuck.
smart person.
Fucking the trashiest, the dumbest, the lowest common denominator.
Because you don't
liar.
fall. You don't fall for confidence men. That's why.
Oh, and it's
You know?
just there's nothing to back it up.
It's the biggest
That's
con
why
job.
I love those fucking statues. Because he has objectified women his entire life, and then someone puts a statue out of what he would look like naked, and it's disgusting, and
Right.
it's this, and it's that. Fuck you. You fucking judge everyone on the way they look or how much money they have.
Absolutely.
You piece of shit.
Boom.
Can someone clip that out and send it to him? Thank you.
Oh, he hears it every
He's
day.
hateful.
And
He's
he doesn't
hateful.
care, though.
And he
He's-
doesn't care about.
He doesn't care.
You know, like you can hate Hillary. I know a lot of people hate Hillary,
Yeah.
but you know what? She's a public servant. She's a public servant. She's been a public servant her entire life.
Mm-hmm.
She serves the public. Everyone has lies. Everyone has. She
yeah.
has spent her life as a public. The Clinton Foundation is not to make them money. None of them get a salary. It's
That's
to
right.
help other. You fucking idiots. Read a fucking. And you know what? He's an addict. This is what I've decided. I'm tweeting this, twatting it today. But he is an addict. He's addicted to publicity, and the media is the enabler.
Oh my God! The media is one big giant
Enabler.
hypodermic
Yeah.
syringe shoved into his vein,
Right.
Just constantly
Right.
pumping him full of the juice that
Right.
makes him run,
Right.
which is attention.
Right.
That's all he wants. I don't think he ever
He's
thought he would get
psychotic.
this far.
Right.
I don't think he
now,
would.
No.
you did do drugs and then stopped.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I
what
am
was
an
the
addict.
worst? What was the
I don't
worst?
say this often,
Right.
But to anybody listening, I don't say this on my own
Right.
show. But I'll be honest. Whenever anyone asks me about
Right.
it, I feel it's very important for me to be 100%
Right.
honest about it.
Yeah.
I have struggled with cocaine usage for many years. I
Right.
did it in secret, secretly struggling.
Right.
People thinking I was a party guy. You know, when
Right.
really I was this self-hating addict.
Well, hello.
Yeah.
Stand-up comedy. Yeah.
The funnier you are, the more
Yeah.
fucked up you are.
Self-hating. I mean, that's hello. All right. Yeah.
And so
Prerequisite?
you know, here it is that people, people thought
This really is a visual show.
I know. We need to
the
start
two-
taping the
you
show.
got to. You got
Yeah.
the two of you
all I
have to
do
be on
is
camera.
make faces
The
at
looks that
every
you were shooting and the responses. It's a whole show within
I
the
know,
show.
sorry.
It's beautiful.
All right. Go ahead.
But no, I was, here everybody think I'm a party guy. Like that guy goes hard. You know what I mean? He gets
Right.
drunk and he's a party. He's crazy and this. And really, I was an addict.
Right.
You know, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know that you could reach out for help. And it was my wife that actually got me to get some help and, who kept me from falling down that
Right.
rabbit hole
Right.
and self-destructing.
Right.
You know, and to this day, I I think of myself as an addict. I don't think of myself as somebody who overcame a cocaine addiction, because I'm always in danger. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're always in danger of relapsing and falling back. And so I try my best to just.
So do you freak out if you see like a powdered donut at Dunkin' Donuts?
If the powder's on the table, yes.
Right. Okay.
If the powder's on the donut, I'm fine. If some of that powder flakes off on the table, I'm like, oh God, I'm a little itchy.
I'll be on the donut. You can get the powder.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you get married, you have kids.
Yeah.
Did you stop doing the coke before the kids?
No.
After the
To be
kids.
honest, I was still doing coke when my daughter was born.
And daughter, the eldest?
The eldest, who is
Okay.
16 now.
Okay.
And I was still, really, I've been good. I don't call myself clean and sober because I still drink
And you smell.
and I smell.
Right.
I was hoping it wasn't noticeable.
I know. Yeah, actually,
I know.
Charles.
It's called
Okay.
right. It's called oils, Chuck.
Right.
Try them because a shower won't
Yeah.
help you. But no, probably up until she was about 7, 8, I was still like
Wow.
dipping
Didn't
in
you
and
feel
out.
guilty?
I felt more than guilty.
Yeah, I
So
bet.
here's the thing that's so weird. So you get depressed and you're like, okay, I'm gonna get high, and that's gonna make me feel better.
Right.
And then you get high and you feel worse than you
Right.
ever felt.
Right.
And then feeling worse, you like, I'm never doing that again.
Right.
And then
you feel bad
you feel
again.
bad again.
Yeah.
And you're like, I gotta get high.
Right.
And I went through that madness
Right.
for a while, and then finally I started I did like 90 meetings in 90 days and that whole thing, and
Right.
I started going to Cocaine Anonymous.
Right.
And matter of fact, I was at a meeting day before yesterday with a buddy of mine who just happened to say, I'm going to a meeting. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go. I haven't been to a meeting in a long time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna go to a meeting, and then I got to the meeting, and I heard the story where a guy who had been like clean and sober for 28 years, and
No
he
way.
went back out, and he went on a weekend bender, and he was all fucked up, and he was like, and now it's like I'm back, and I feel like I'm starting all over again,
Right.
and it's even harder, and I went, dude,
I can't have that happen to me.
and I said to my friend, I was like, dude, God had you call me.
Yeah.
So that I could say
Lee Morgan.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, so that I could say, let me go to a meeting.
Yeah.
Like I said that just for no reason. And I heard that and I was like, you know what, dude, I think I'm going to start getting back to the work of it, because here's the thing. I'm going to be very honest. I don't want to turn this into like a AA meeting. I'm sorry. But you
what we're here
cannot do the
My
drug.
name is Judy.
Keep coming back.
What am
Judy.
I an addict of?
Oh, lots of things.
I am?
Well, you're probably a coda.
What's a
little
coda?
bit. Codependent.
Codependent?
Anonymous. They have meetings.
I'm not codependent.
Yeah, you are totally not codependent.
What are you talking about? Only with my kids, I can't take.
No, I just
well,
think
I
that
think, I
you
think
would.
we're all codependent
Yeah.
when it comes
Look.
to the babies.
I go to CODA meetings, and I feel like you would benefit from them. That's all.
Oh.
Coda?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
That's like a piano lesson.
Or a
the
bear
coda.
meeting.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wait a minute. Codependent? On what? Who am I Cody on?
No. It's just the meetings are a desire for healthy relationships, and I feel like you and I have shared some similar things in our relationship.
Okay, I'm 20 years older than you.
Yes, you
Wait, how old are you?
32.
Okay. I'm 21 years older than you.
Yes, you
Really,
are.
probably 21 and a half.
Yeah, whatever.
And
I've
so
made
I
out
have
with chicks
21 years
older
on
than
you.
you.
Okay? Go.
Still hot.
But anyway, I just felt like, it's something that you can not do, and it's still a problem.
Right.
So what I've realized now is like, whatever led me to this in the first place, I never ever dealt with that, to be honest.
Right.
I just
Do you
wanna-
go to therapy?
I stopped going to therapy. I hated my therapist.
You got to get a good therapist.
Well, you know, I agree
Yeah.
with the good therapist thing.
Yeah.
And the one I had, this guy, he made me so, like, I would leave therapy and I'd be so fucking pissed off.
No, you can't.
And I was like, I want to go back in there right now and tell
Right.
that guy, you know what?
Fuck you.
I'm pissed. You didn't do a fucking thing for me.
Right.
I feel like shit when
And
I came in here. I feel like shit right now. You're taking this money from me.
God
You're like
damn
a
it!
fucking hooker. Every time I'm here, it's just
What's
like.
the
and
last
now
name of the therapist?
Oh, I don't want to say. And he's not Jewish.
Oh, I have that.
you,
That's
had
what-
the whistle going, but he's not Jewish.
All right.
There's your
Anyway,
problem.
long story short, I had told him that I didn't think that this was helping me. And he was like, well, you know what you can do to make sure this helps you? And I was like, what? He was like, continue to come. And I never.
Oh, go fuck yourself. There's so many shitty therapists.
Sounds like a Scientologist.
It's like I could never do that to someone. If I knew that I wasn't helping them, I'd be like, you gotta fucking.
Yeah, I had very good insurance at the time, so he was like, this guy's a golden goose, baby.
Now,
that's one thing. You do go out of your way to help people that don't want to help themselves sometimes, and you are very. Look, that's all. That's all I was saying.
What, that I go out of my way to help people?
Yeah, and you also have self-hate, but you're a good comic, so that makes sense too. That's all these things Coda is good for. I just wanted to put that out.
All right, but I'm not. I know what I hate about myself.
Yeah, no, you're very self-aware.
Right.
That
so
has nothing to do with it.
And I'm in therapy.
Oh yeah,
now,
you're good. I learn a lot from you.
A lot of what we try to discuss with our guests. I mean, my guest, and then I have a co-host. Is what pisses you off? Because
cool.
I am constantly pissed off, as you know.
Yes.
And you were just really pissed off. So that made me like, anger is...
Anger's a good thing.
And to get it out is so important. And they say rage is sadness that was never dealt with.
That makes sense.
Right. And
that was deep. That affected me. It resonated.
All right. I get angry at, like, people fucking piss me off so much. And like, just riding my bike here. And it's like, you know what? You don't have to fucking cut me off because you're in a fucking car. Like, what the fuck is your motherfucking problem?
Yeah.
So what is it? Is there one thing, or are there many things?
There's a lot of things.
What pisses you? What makes your fucking blood boil?
The thing that I'm trying to work on, because I feel as though it makes me a bad person. I have one prejudice that I really need to work on, and it's when I think somebody is stupid.
No, that's not, no, you don't have to work on that. You don't. Because they are fucking stupid.
When I feel like somebody's stupid, I feel like a terrible person because I just don't want anything to do with you.
Yeah, you have to dismiss them.
It's like you're no longer, somehow I have X'd you out of the human race.
Right.
Like, you don't matter. Like, over there with you, I'm done.
It's
like,
the difference, but they're stupid and nice, and then they're stupid and mean.
Yeah, well, stupid and nice, I feel as though at least you're smart enough to know that you need some redeeming quality.
Right.
You're willing to learn more.
Right. And if you're a nice person, you probably are willing to learn more. You're probably not stupid. You're more ignorant than you are anything else.
Right.
And ignorance is okay because I'm ignorant of many things.
Right.
But I'm on a quest to reduce that ignorance to the smallest on a daily basis.
Right.
Okay? To the smallest fraction possible. I can't stand people who just hold on to ignorance as if it were some type of pacifier or security blanket or like, just go fucking die. I'm sorry I said that.
I hear it, baby. Amen. Yeah. I totally agree.
Like, seriously, why don't you get the fuck out of here so that we can get on with the business of making this world a better place?
I agree, and I feel that when people use a book or some quotes and that, well, I can't do that because this one told me this or that one said that. Or no, people who don't think for themselves, that fucking, don't give me some goddamn like quote from the Bible or quote from this one or quote, have a fucking opinion and an informed opinion.
Informed. And I'll give you, for instance, it's so funny. So Hennessy sent me an email.
Right.
Okay. And in the email, it said, I am, by the way, straight transgender male.
Right.
Right. And I appreciated that. You know what I mean? Because it was like, you're letting me in.
Is that why you didn't CC me on the email?
I did CC you.
Oh.
There you go.
Go ahead.
So anyway, the cool thing was, on the way here, I said to my wife, like, oh, I really appreciated that. Like, he gave me a heads up just in case. One, it shows like, yo, man, this is who I am.
Right.
All right. So just giving you the heads up.
Right.
And two, it shows the confidence in me
Right.
to be able to deal and accept that. Not
Right.
even deal with it, even though I understand
Right.
that some people got to deal with shit.
Right.
I'm beyond that. I'm like, it's time for you to start accepting some shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so my wife and I got into a conversation, and I said, I don't think that it's my place to judge how somebody lives their truth.
Right.
And it really pisses me the fuck off that there are people who actually want to tell you how
you're
you
supposed-
fucking feel.
I know.
How you are on the inside.
Right.
What your life experience
right.
is. What you have been through.
Right.
Oh, you were there, fucker?
Yeah.
You were there when I was 6 years old?
Right.
You were there when I was 5 and I felt the way I fucking feel right now my entire
God
life?
damn
You were there?
Woo!
You're going to tell me how I feel?
Right.
And it burns me up.
Oh my God, my mother used to say that. It burns me up, Judith. It just burns me up.
Burns me up.
It's
So,
true.
you know, so
Don't
that-
tell me what I know.
Right.
You know?
Right. And so it really, that is something that pisses me
if
off.
you had-
and by the way, let me just finish with that. Nor do you have to understand somebody's truth.
Right.
In order
You just have-
to allow them to live their truth
Right.
and accept their truth.
Right.
You don't have to understand it. And I would much rather have somebody say, you know what? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. But
You're a good person.
at the same time, you know, maybe one day I will.
Right.
Until then, I accept it.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
First person to ever come out to me was a very good friend of mine, and I did not understand it. I was in my teen years.
Right.
And he said to me, hey, man, I just got to tell you this because I don't know anybody else that I can tell, but I feel like if I tell you,
Right.
like, you're going to have the right response.
Right.
And I was like, you can tell me anything. And he said, I'm gay. And I went, well, what does that really mean? I was like, so what's that really mean? You know, because back then, you called people gay when they just did something
I know.
you didn't
That's
want
why
them.
I can't
then.
stand this new queer word. Because
Yeah.
queer was like, you know, you're a nerd.
Right. Queer
Yeah.
meant nerd. It
Yeah.
didn't mean like you were a homosexual.
Right.
You know
now
what
we
I mean?
got to do this fucking shit. I'm sick of you people changing the fucking words.
Well, queer
Names.
is now an umbrella term for basically
Right.
I'll
everything.
give you a
Everything, right,
fucking
right.
umbrella.
So
Go
anyway,
ahead.
I said to him,
Don't threaten me with a good time.
so I said to him, well, I don't understand.
Right.
And this is what he said to me. Do you know how you feel about women?
Right.
And I said, yes. He said, when did you know you felt that way? And I said, I don't know. I guess I always felt that way.
Right.
He said, that's how I feel about men. And I went, oh, shit, I understand.
And then did you run away?
No, we had love. We made love, and that was it. No,
nice.
no, I didn't run away. You know, we're still friends to this
Right.
day.
Just sucked his dick real quick.
Yeah, I
and then
sucked
went
his
out.
dick, and then that was it. You
Oh
know,
my
and
God,
then
was
then
it
we were
big?
good.
Was it big?
Huge and veiny. No, so yeah, but
right.
you know that burns me up. That burns.
Oh God. With her smile. Oh wait, that's someone at my door. Hold on. Wait a
I thought
minute.
that was my friend
Hello?
who came out to me calling.
Hello? Hello?
You can turn the world on. Thanks, Chuck.
That's his ringtone.
Yeah, that's his ringtone.
Here we go. Okay, just let him in. I think it's the FedEx guy. Now.
Oh, that's cool. You got that thing where you can
Yes.
you can control your house from your
Yes!
phone.
Like my son got someone called Henry in Indiana, and he calls me the other day. He's like, "Your dry cleaning's downstairs." I'm like, "Well, can't you fucking let them in?" I forgot because he's always stoned. All right, now.
Okay.
Wait.
Judy's just looking at her text messages.
Yes.
really quick.
All right, I'm just looking because yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. Now, Chuck, have you ever worn anything made by Mack Weldon?
As a matter of fact, I have.
Really?
I have 2 pair of Mack Weldon boxer briefs at home right now.
And they're good, right?
They're actually very good. Here's what I like about them, to be honest. They do not ride up.
Right.
So
you.
I
you.
love boxer briefs because I like that feeling of
Right.
like the shorts
Yes,
instead of
yes,
like
yes.
the cut of the
Yeah.
briefs.
Did you feel like you need a garter for him almost?
Yes, you do,
a lot
because
of
you're
times?
constantly, when you wear boxer
Yeah.
briefs, what you constantly do is you reach in your pocket, you grab the edge of your undershorts, and you
pull it
pull
down.
I
down.
know Ben does that, but
Right.
now he's got the He's got the boxer shorts too. Things.
So, so I wear them because they have like these nice little reinforced bands around the thigh,
right?
And they don't ride up, and they're very comfortable. I like Mack Weldon.
It's like a second
I
skin.
love it, and the fabric is really good.
Absolutely.
And I heard it's good on the balls. That's what I heard.
Well, my balls are particularly swampy, so it's good that they are.
Can you show me right now?
No, Mack Weldon actually, two things. One, comfort, and two,
quality.
The quality is good, yeah, and they look good.
They look good.
And their T-shirts are great. I wear the T-shirts.
Oh, my God. So that, you know what? I forgot about that. I have a Mack Weldon green V-neck.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I wear it not as an undershirt. I wear
they're
it
good.
as an actual shirt.
Right.
You know what I mean? Throw a blazer on top of it if I'm...
So...
Why do you ask?
Well, I just want everyone to know that I actually, if they go to MackWeldon.com and what's our code?
Use code KILLME.
Code KILLME.
You'll get 20%
off
your first order.
Very nice.
Yeah, thank you.
You can try them out, and if you don't like it, send it back, and they'll give you your money back. So
but you're going to love it anyway.
Yeah, you will.
And they're good because they're made with silver, so you don't smell.
So yeah, one of the lines is woven with silver, which is like a natural deodorant.
Right.
But what's my name?
Judy Gold.
Gold!
There you go.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
Now, we always ask our guests this.
Yes.
You smell good, too.
We always ask our guests this.
Go ahead.
I have no idea what the answer to this is. Do you?
Oh, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I think no too.
No? To what?
Are you on any antidepressants?
No.
All right.
No.
All right.
I knew it.
Once in my life,
For once in my life. Yeah, sorry.
I can't do a harmonica.
once in my life, I went to a doctor who told me that I should be on antidepressants,
Right.
that they would even me out.
Right.
And I forgot what I took, what it was, but I hated it.
Right.
I got off of it without telling him. I had a psychotic episode.
Yes, they're bad. You can't do
and
that.
I never, ever that was it.
Yeah,
But
you can't just go off. I know.
It's
a trip.
It was a real
Do you
trip.
remember what you were on?
Oh, no.
Because it changes the chemistry in your brain.
It does. And then when you get off of it, your brain doesn't know what to do, and
Right.
it starts producing all these other crazy chemicals, and I went nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember drinking almost an entire fifth of vodka because of what it did to me.
Right.
And I was feeling suicidal because I wasn't on the pit. But anyway,
Yeah,
it was
got it slowly.
Yeah, you got to wean off, but I didn't know that.
But we're very pro medication or whatever it takes.
I'm very
on this
pro
show.
medication if it works for
Yeah.
you. So now, so what I did after that was I wanted to do cognitive therapy, cognitive behavioral.
I do CBT, baby.
Yeah,
So good, isn't it?
it is. And you know what?
Gives you tools.
And
tool
so
belt.
that's-
Lesbian tool belt.
And that's my next thing is cognitive behavioral
Yeah,
therapy.
it's so good. And meditation.
It is.
That's something I got to start doing is meditating.
I told Fugelsang I would meditate with him and teach him how to meditate. But then, he's always like, every time we have a date.
Can we please
He's
record
like-
that?
What?
You and Fugelsang's meditation sesh.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
No, I don't. No.
Just put a camera up.
It's so boring.
I'll edit it
All
together.
you do is breathe. No, you're not editing. Go ahead. It's really helpful. And on days I don't meditate, I could totally feel it like today. Chuck, I miss you.
I miss you
seeing
too.
you at World's Dumbest.
I know.
Wasn't
we used to
that
run
such a
into each
good
other all the
gig?
time. That was a great gig.
And now there's another show. Now they've taken that idea.
And yeah.
You know what I hate is that they replay them over and over and over, and we get no money. Nothing.
And people think you're getting paid, but you're
Right.
not.
I know.
Because it's cable.
Right.
Basic cable.
Also, Chuck has a podcast. Just want to mention it again.
On play.shit.
On play.shit.
Yeah, it's
Our
called
network,
Nice-
play.it.
It's
what up,
called
CBS?
Nice Advice.
Yeah.
Nice
It's
Advice.
on iTunes and play.shit.
Right.
It's a great show. He
Thanks.
takes advice from advice columns and various sources, right? And
Yep.
then gives you the right advice.
Yeah. So we
Right.
read.
How do you
we read,
feel about having a guest named Judy? Oh, God. Shut up. It's Henry.
I want you on the show. As a matter of fact, we were going to try and do one while we were here together, but
all right.
I have to get to work.
Okay. Wait, where are you going?
I'm 10 minutes late to work. You know. No,
have another job?
So I have another job. I work with Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I know, you fucking asshole.
I was at a
You
live.
hoe.
I was at a live taping of
Yeah.
the last show you guys recorded, the
At the-
math
at
one and
the-
the marijuana one.
Oh, you were there.
At the play, yeah, I was right there.
I
the
hate you. I'm a
planetarium.
Yeah, it
little
was great.
jealous. I'm a little
Yeah.
jelly about that.
I can get you tickets. I know it.
I love Neil.
He's great.
Oh, God, he's such a great guy.
amazing.
and so smart.
And smart is not the word. I hang out with this guy, and it's like a master class. Like,
Right.
He is not only smart about astrophysics, which is kind of a redundancy. Right. He's smart about astrophysics, as opposed to the dumbass
He's
who knows all about
Aspergery.
astrophysics.
He's so not.
No.
He's so can deal.
Super-
You know.
He's a little Aspergery, but that's why I like him. It's endearing.
He's can relate to people. He knows how to
He's very
communicate.
sociable.
Yeah.
Very sociable.
Yeah.
And loves wine and always.
Oh, I need to go out with you
always
guys.
has a great bottle of wine in his office, and I go up to his office and we sit.
When do I get to meet him?
Anytime you want.
He should
All right.
do the show.
Can he? Yeah, you think he'd do our Kill Me Now show?
No, he's got right now on his calendar 400 requests.
Oh, we'll wait a few years.
Fuck him. I hate him.
Wait a few years.
All right.
Neil.
Yeah, but yes, actually.
And I have a battle of wine with him. All right, listen.
Oh my God, this has been so much fun.
Chuck, you have to come back.
I will.
All right.
Are you kidding me?
And you can talk like
you
that.
are the best at finding out the most obscure information on your guests.
I love that.
I am so impressed. I cannot.
Thank you.
I can't believe you knew about Lee Morgan.
Oh, yeah, I read a lot about Lee Morgan.
That
I
is
feel bad
amazing.
about Lee Morgan.
Amazing.
Witch.
She's a witch.
But I love you, Chuck. Good
I love
luck.
you too.
Now, and you're on Twitter.
Of course, at Chuck Nice Comic. Please hit me up on Twitter.
Yeah, hit you up, bitches.
Hit me up, bitches.
And I'm coming on your fucking show.
Yes, you are. I can't wait to have you on the show because I don't really answer the questions. The guest does.
Right.
And so the idea is for you to just tell these people the real deal.
And I'm very happy to do that.
You know, I'm
very happy.
I'm not
to
sure
do
if
that.
you could do it though.
Shut the fuck up, Chuck. Thank you so much for being on Kill Me Now. I'm Judy Gold. God, I can't. Anyway.
No, we're on track now, right?
Yeah, we're on track.
now? This is our producer, Patrick, who produces
Patrick is great.
Nice Advice and Kill Me Now.
Yeah.
We love Patrick.
Corey 1 was Friday. Corey 2 went up today.
That sucks that Corey 1 only lasted 4 days.
No, it didn't last only 4
No,
days.
it's still there.
Go back and listen to Corey 1.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway.
Lots of people are listening to that now.
I am going to be at the Emlyn Theater on the 24th and 25th, which is Henry's birthday, who just fucking called me. And that's it. I don't know what else to tell you. Thank you all for listening. Thank you to Chuck Nice.
That's a pleasure.
Yes, and as always, so long!
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.